How would I invest $1,000 if I had it right now? Hey, this is CEO Trades, where money works for you. Today we're looking at how would I invest $1,000 if I had it right now to invest. Well, let's take a look at some of the things that are out there. And before we get started, I just want to let you know that I am not your financial advisor. Always seek the assistance of a professional in order to make the best decisions for your investments. So let's take a look here at Land. First of all, Land is one of those stocks that I've been watching for quite a while. And as I keep watching this one, I believe it's going into a point that it's worthwhile investing. You can see that it has its lows almost in the last year and a half, close to 2 years. It hasn't had these lows. And I think this is a worthwhile one to watch. Why you can't make any more land. I've been saying that for a while. It's at 18 right now. I thought it would drop further. It seems to be holding off right in here in this consolidating the last 3 days, but we'll keep an eye on this one and see what it's going to happen with it. Let's see right now and take a look just at today on a daily basis and see the last 2 days right in here. We can see that it has been consolidating halfway through the day today, almost into the closing bell, which is in another 5 minutes. And you might hear it ring as we're in this recording. And today, we can see that this has maintained its value. It's somewhere in that 17 to 18 range. It's been low, just like the rest of the market, but it also has picked up a little bit momentum since yesterday after the consumer price index numbers were announced and Biden came out saying that things don't look as bad as they should, but the reality is that they are, even though he's trying to downplay it. But that's beyond me. I don't know why he would say that. I guess just to trying to make sure that everyone's relaxed and taking it easy in reference to that. This is Marathon Digital Holdings, and this one's just a play on the Bitcoin just in general. And this one I like for the long run. You see here, it was at its highs back in November of 2021. It hasn't reached it this year. It's been very low. It's following a path similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum and so on and a few other coins. It's at 11. It was at its lowest. When was it? It was back in June 30th of 2022 of this year, almost 4 months ago. And since then, it's almost doubled. It has doubled, actually, pretty much. It's still a good investment. If it goes down any further, I'll pick up some. And I believe at 10, it would be a good opportunity for me if I had $1,000 to invest in. And just remember that these are my picks. These are not your picks. It's not so that you can go on to them, but this is how I would invest $1,000 if I had it. Now, what else would I look at in reference to this? Because it's always good to look at some of the other ones that are out there. Another one is steel. Steel is a little bit higher value, but if we look at steel just in general, you can see steel has had its highs and it hasn't had a high since 2008. It's been down for many, many years. Is this a good one to invest in right now? No. And I would say number one is the car industry has moved away from steel and they don't use as much steel. Now they're using some type of plastic or carbon fiber, which I believe it's a derivative of plastic as well. And steel hasn't gained that much momentum. It might go up to the 30-ish level from the 18, but this is a good one to watch anyhow. I would keep an eye on this one maybe once a week and see what it's doing. And maybe if some good news is being put out there, it might be a worthwhile investment. Another one is JetBlue. JetBlue, there's a merger expected next week with Spirit. They're voting on it. So those who have the input on investing in it, well, guess again, this is important. I picked up some at 640 yesterday, which was somewhere in here at this bottom right here, and I've been holding on. Is it going to stay at this level? Is going to go up? I'm expecting this one to go up, but also another news is that eventually we're going to have the end of the year news on revenue, third quarter revenue for airlines. And usually they're pretty good because at this time of year, they're expecting to take off. Their highest time of the year starts pretty much in November when Thanksgiving hits and then goes into Christmas. So that's the time of year they expect pretty good amount of revenue because a lot of people will travel twice, if not 3 times. I know my family right now is going to be traveling once, and we'll see from there. Save, this is the one with they're merging with. Save is Spirit Airlines, and you can see it had its lows at 18. It's at 1946. This one might go up as the news kicks in. Usually the one that's being bought goes up a little bit further than JetBlue. So say Spirit is being purchased. I would also check out other airlines because they're going to be going up as well, most probably not because of the merger, but just because it's revenue season, and this time of year usually airlines will pick up, and you pick them up now so that by the time that they report their earnings, you can make some money before they make their earnings. Make sure you cash in. That's what I would do. This is my choice, and this is Macy's in the retail industry. And I remember when I had picked it up at $6 and it went up all the way to $24. That was a great investment. It was at $16.91 yesterday. It's at $17.45. I'd say it's a good investment. And if we look at the chart from at least a year ago, you can see it was at $37.95. It's way off its highs. It's a very good investment. This one will have its debut. Remember, most people will start shopping November, December, and beginning of January. And then when you get those numbers, boom, this one will have taken off sometime in January, February. That's what happens. Now, two more that I want to show you. This Eat V. Why am I showing you this one? This is an alternative meat product instead of actual meat. This might go up eventually, and I'd say this is a good time to pick it up when no one's really talking about it. No one's really talking about it. It had its highs once at $25. I don't know if this is its full history. Some of the charts will go a little weird on me, and I think this one's been around even longer than that, but I'm not going to go into this. This is only showing a year, almost 13 months ago. It's at $14 right now. I'd say this is good for longer term holding. If you want to put in $200 or $300 in here and hold off 20 shares, great. If you can do more, that's up to you. Beyond Meat is also in the same meat product where it's been made chemically to taste like meat. And if you're into that type of meat product, then this is one of those stocks that you'd be able to look at. Now, this is the issue with this one. Since it hit its highs, 239, it has never gone up that high again. This was 3 years ago, July 22 of 2019. It has never gone up that high. This is the highs. It went up to 198 once, twice, and maybe even beyond that. Beyond, that's the name of it. And now it's at $13, $12.76, somewhere in that range. If we look at it closely, let's see what it is. It's at $13.35. It's a good time to think about this one. No one's really talking about this one as well if you're looking to invest for longer term. These are my stock picks for today. Now, I just want to jump into crypto and look at one or two of them there so that you can get an idea of what we're also looking at. This is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin right now is at 19,185. I spoke to some people earlier and I told them it hit once, about 2, maybe even 3 times, because you can see it consolidated right in here. From when I picked up at 18,000, it's almost back down. It might go even further down depending on what happens this weekend, because a lot of people wait till the weekend before they start investing in some of these cryptos. Ethereum is at $12.99. It was further down, 1,200 or so right in here. And I picked up somewhere at 1240-ish, and it's back almost down to its level. And that it tends to happen. Solana did some sort of a weird move. There was a sell-off and then a buy. And we can see it right in here, sell-off, and then it purchased right back. And it recovered some, but then it went right back down to its level right in there. You can see it at 30. And it did go down to 28, but it's back to 30. So those are my 3 crypto picks for today. This is a riskier one, Suku. I'm just going to show you. It moves very fast. You got to be very careful on this one. These are higher risks. Yes, for some of you who like to gamble, this is a gamble. You don't know how it will go, but this is not a long-term hold. This is for more experienced investors, those who know how to go in and out day trading. So this is CeoTrades. If you want to double your bank account, why don't you invest in your knowledge account so that your money market account will grow multiplied until tomorrow, where we'll look at another session of the stock market.